What's up, y'all? It's Flying Squirrel. A little out of the ordinary video today. You guys showed out yesterday. You guys really showed out yesterday by not watching my video. I worked really hard on that video. I was up till 2 in the morning. I was still at work 8 a.m. Rise and shine. Worked really hard on this video. Nobody cares. So cool. That's cool. You guys get all antsy and critical when I start talking about women. Everybody wants to be Simon Cowell. And I saw these two comments. One guy said, too much sound effects. Chill. Okay, Leo Caiaphas. Congratulations, Leo Caiaphas. You are now the reason for this YouTube video. And congratulations. I said congratulations to this guy too. I said it twice because my phone glitched. Marude. Yeah, you are rude. The video is unwatchable and unlistenable with all that random, annoying, lame, irrelevant, excessive use of sound effects and memes. Couldn't keep this on for more than 2 minutes, but you could type how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 adjectives that he used in that, but he couldn't keep the video on for more than 2 minutes. Well, bud, congratulations. You are the reason for this next video. Today, I'm just going to be talking about criminals, okay? And you know what's crazy? Is that since I don't want to take credit for everything, okay? But there are some YouTube channels that copy what I do now. If you go on Bilal Muhammad's latest video, he's using the fart sound effect. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I know. If you go on Bilal Muhammad's, we'll go there now. I fought Jack and I trained with Islam Makhachev. You go on this video. I wonder if I have this. I said, did Bilal just put my fart sound in his video? He literally put my fart sound in his video.
With me fighting the week after that against Ian Gary. So.
People are learning, man. Lucas Tracy is using sound effects now. Bilal Muhammad is putting fart sounds in his videos. There's a guy named, I'm not going to say his name, but he started using the same title that I use in my videos. The blank versus blank is not close. I started that. And I'm not going to say his name, but it rhymes with Slichter MMA. Dude, oh my gosh, it pisses me off. But good for him. He's view mugging me. I've never had a 100K video. He uses my title, gets 100K videos. I'm cool. It's cool. I'm not mad. We're talking about criminals today, whatever. We're starting with James Krause. James Krause. So he was a fighter. He fought in welterweight, ultimate fighting, UFC, whatever. I don't care. Let's look at his betting controversy because this is kind of in the news lately. November 5th, 2022, there was a fraud investigation in a fight involving Derek Minner, one of Krause's students, and Shailin, I'm not pronouncing that. Okay, so suspicious betting patterns had been observed on the fight. He became a large underdog just before the fight, and then he threw a kick with an apparently injured leg, then kicked with it again, and then got finished by technical knockout shortly thereafter. Oh, by the way, because of these guys, I'm not putting sound effects in this video. So congratulations to y'all. I'm just doing it bedtime style on this video. No editing, no nothing. We're just screen and talking. We're just sitting back on a Thursday night talking about crime. So it says Krause's license was suspended and it would remain so during the course of the investigation. So Krause lost his license and he tried to sell his gym. But this was the first big betting controversy where I guess a coach had his fighter throw a fight for betting. What's crazy about this is that he's connected to Isaac Dulgarian, who just had a betting controversy. Shout out Tony has died. I'm going to use his stuff today. So his coach was Mark Montoya. Did Mark Montoya coach James Krause? Yes. He cross-trained at Factory X under head coach Mark Montoya. That's crazy, ain't it? So here's our second criminal of the day. Isaac Dulgarian. If you were watching UFC Vegas 110 last week, you're probably familiar with this. I did not watch this fight, though. So I'm reading this and reacting to it for the first time right now. It says Dulgarian was initially a 250 favorite, but then the odds dropped to a negative 160 a couple of hours before the contest, meaning heavy money was pouring in on Del Valle. Okay, so that means that all of a sudden a bunch of people started betting on Del Valle to win. And so then Dulgarian, he goes in and he's submitted by Del Valle in the first round via rear naked choke. So what I heard about this is that Dulgarian was like way better grappler than Del Valle. And so the fact that he even got choked out by Del Valle, and he wasn't even like defending or anything, he just completely threw the fight. And it says now it's under investigation by the FBI. Some books have been refunded to customers. That sucks, man. Honestly, this is why I don't bet. I also don't bet because my wife told me not to bet. But man, you never know what's going on over here. There's some shady stuff going on in Vegas. There's the mafia is still alive and well. We're going to talk about them later in the video. But it says Dulgarian has old ties to disgraced coach James Krause, who has been banned due to fixing allegations. He joined Factory X. Interesting. Factory X. After all UFC fighters were asked to cut ties with Krause, Factory X coach Mark Montoya has denied any involvement. He defended his gym. He's saying, oh, it's a distraction. That's a distraction from what our job is. Really? Okay. It's a distraction. You know, this reminds me of this one dude on Instagram. And just saying something is a distraction just so you don't have to talk about it. There's this one dude on Instagram. You know these like influencers? He was like a Christian influencer, but also like trying to be a fitness influencer. And he would sit there in like these short shorts with his legs like spread wide open. And he was literally like, you know what's cool about bench press is you're getting stronger every single time you push. And that's how Jesus is. But he'd be talking about this stuff, like talking about Jesus, and his balls would literally be in the camera. And I remember I commented, I said, hey, bro, nice message, but please get your balls out the camera. And he literally commented back to me, hey, man, I'm not worried about all that, man. I'm focused on. Hey, dog. Hey, come on, man. Come on, dude. That's how Mark Montoya is. Hey, Mark Montoya, did you throw this fight? Man, honestly, that's just a distraction from what we're trying to do here. Okay, Mark Montoya, whatever. Yeah, so this is our second. I don't have a top 10 or I don't know if it's 8 that I got here. I'm just going through some criminals that I found in the UFC. And hopefully these two guys are criminals by the end of the night because there no sound effects in this video. No sound effects. Victor MMA, something that rhymes with Victor MMA, you can't copy. Bilal Muhammad, you can't copy this video. Lucas Tracy is kind of cool. I like him. But you can't copy anything from Flying Squirrel today. Okay? We're just talking. Flying Squirrel is copying bedtime right now by just doing share screen and talk. So I just saw this article right here. BJ Penn arrested for 6th time in 2025. That's a lot. Now, I didn't know how I felt about adding BJ Penn as a criminal on here because I know he's dealing with some mental stuff. And he says that people are out to get him. But that's like textbook. I'm dealing with mental stuff is the paranoia and people are out to get me. And that's like literally textbook what people who are losing their mind say. So I don't want to call him a criminal. I think he needs some help. But let's see. It says, at 1 a.m., police responded to a report of an assault at a residence on Kanoa Street in Hilo. The 45-year-old male victim reported that Penn punched and kicked him multiple times before the victim. Hey, let's see the victim. Hey, wait, hold up. Let's see the victim and let's see BJ Penn. Let's see. I want to see that fight. He came out of retirement. Okay, this isn't funny. The victim later sought medical treatment for his injuries at Hilo Benioff Medical Center at 11:50 a.m. in Hilo, Hawaii. It's time! Reigning, defending, featherweight champion of the world, BJ Penn versus some guy in his neighborhood. Oh boy, this is not funny. I shouldn't be making fun of it. See, look at not a scratch on my boy. Not a scratch on my boy. I need to stop making fun of this. I'm sorry, guys. Hold me accountable. Okay, the former lightweight and welterweight champion is scheduled for his court appearance for this charge December 2nd. It's one of many. He's been arrested several times to his housing situation with his mother. According to her, Penn has subjected her to extreme psychological abuse while allegedly stealing from her and claiming repeatedly that she's an imposter replacing his mother. That's a sad situation, man. That is a sad situation. Okay, including others. Okay, wow, I didn't see this. He chased off a neighbor while wielding a machete. That's kind of dope. A 1-year protection order was put into effect to keep Penn away from his neighbor. That sucks. He's violated that numerous times, coming within 100 yards of her house or place of employment, while also, hey, what is with Sherdog? Do y'all spell check or anything? What are we doing here? This is the second place of employ while also contacting her through various means. Does anybody read anymore? Oh my goodness. I mean, whatever. Okay, so that's our next criminal. Like I said, I don't want to call him a criminal. This guy's definitely a criminal. I don't know. I wanted to make a video like months ago on the top 10 fighters who I don't know how they still have a job in the UFC. He was one of them, and Kelvin Gastelum was another one. Kelvin got a lot of gas in him. Kelvin Gastelum never makes weight, and then Cedricus Dumas, every month he's like committing a crime. I can't keep track of it. Let's see. Cedricus Dumas remains behind bars after he was arrested in April on a multitude of charges, including home invasion, battery, and possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. Dude, he's trying to bowl a strike, man. He's trying to bowl a strike. He's trying to get all the pins, huh? You trying to clump them all together, Cedricus? Just train, bro. Just train and work it like Amazon. You don't got to do all this. This sucks. Let's see. It's stemming from a domestic violence situation involving the veteran fighter and the mother of his oh my gosh, dude. He has kids, and it was the woman that he was doing domestic violence. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay, wait a second. Police claim they were called to a residence over a disturbance where a woman claimed Dumas, who is her ex-boyfriend with whom she shares a child, walked through an unlocked door and then through the back door of the residence open in an aggressive manner, forcefully took the phone she was holding out of her hand. The victim, whose name we're withholding, claimed she was talking to her current boyfriend. He snatched the phone out and went back in the house. She followed him, told him to give the phone back, while informing him that he was going to jail. I'm surprised he's not in jail right now. Police stated that the victim then told Dumas, stated, if I'm going to jail, then I'm going to get my rings back. His rings? He tried to get rings off the victim's finger, but was unable to get it off. Yeah, you got to kind of wiggle it off. It's kind of hard to get a ring off a finger. You know, sometimes I even I'll lick my knuckle and then I'll kind of wiggle it. But you got to have the finger straight. So getting it off of someone else, it might be kind of hard. Anyways, victim stated that Dumas then threw her around the room into a large wooden vase before allegedly grabbing $400 necklace off her neck before leaving the residence. Okay, why don't you throw people around the octagon like that, Dumas? He took the necklace and her phone before returning to his black BMW. Now this is BS because I just saw something that said Dumas, look at this, look at it, broke. I just saw this. Reveals he has less than $20 ahead of this week. Okay, so what is he driving a BMW for? Where'd he get $400 from his girlfriend? See, this is he should be top 10. Actually, we're in the top 4 right here. But Cedricus Dumas, goodness gracious, bro. It's like nonstop with this guy. I'm surprised he's still with the UFC. I thought he was cut like a year ago. But I hate to see it. Okay, next one, we're starting to get into legendary criminals in the UFC. There's no bigger criminal. There's only one bigger criminal in the UFC than Conor McGregor. And you guys know who it is. But I got some, what's it called? Honorable mentions coming up. And then I got number 1. But so this is second place. Conor McGregor. We're just gonna skip to charges and controversies. Look at how long this section of his life is. Driving offenses, 2017, 2022, 2022. Okay. Accusations of racism, 2015, 2017. Okay. Florida arrest, 2019. Okay. Incidents at martial arts events, okay. 2017. He did a lap around the cage, then climbed up. Okay. Bus attack. We all know about this one, 2018, where he threw a chair into a bus. And I think glass cut. I forget who the female fighter was. I think it was Alexa Grasso. No, it was Rose Namajunas. Yeah. She got cut. And Michael Chiesa. Why were they all on the bus? Are you going on a field trip? Then we had another incident. Oh, Khabib jumped out of the cage and they all had that was the best fight of all time. Honestly, that's also, speaking of criminals, no, I'm not going to say that's the last event that I bought. Why would I say that? I would never say that. That's not the last event that I bought. How would I be running a YouTube channel if I didn't buy events? Gosh, that's stupid. All right, 2019. Use my code for ExpressVPN. I need to get a doggone. I need to get a link so you can use my code for ExpressVPN. That's not cool. We're not including that in the video. I'm gonna cut that out later. Shout out to bedtime. So 2021, he assaulted Francesco Faccinetti. I didn't even hear about this one. He attacked someone on a yacht, a 42-year-old woman. What? Okay, punching the Miami Heat mascot. I remember this. You see how long we're just going through? It's like a book. March 2019, January 2021. Sexual assault, Miami Heat sexual assault. I remember this. Mind you, this was all when he was supposed to be fighting Chandler. So imagine if all this whole paragraph, unsolicited nude photos, we remember that. Imagine all of this right here was not there, and instead it said his win over Mike Chandler when he locked back in and returned to the UFC and made the biggest debut of all time. Could you imagine that? Wow, imagine that, bro. I think we're done with all his crimes. Yeah, it doesn't get much. Why is dick pics a Wikipedia page? Why does dick pics have a Wikipedia page? I guess because of Conor McGregor. That's really what. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some honorable mentions. First honorable mention is Ali Abdelaziz, the little rat terrorist. How's Noah? How's Noah? All right, so Ali Abdelaziz, if you don't know, he is the manager. He manages like half the UFC fighters. Honestly, like half the UFC fighters. He's from Cairo, and he went to the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs, and I think that's where he started fighting. Excuse me, I'll cut that out. He started fighting, and then he met Khabib, Kamaru Usman, Justin Gaethje, Henry Cejudo. I mean, how lucky can you get to run into these guys? But let's read about his informant work. This is really interesting. GK has a video about this. I love GK. Before I even knew what MMA YouTube was, I was watching GK. Shout out to GK. So it says 2002, Ali Abdelaziz was imprisoned in Colorado on charges of document forgery. While in jail, he was recruited by the New York Police Department Deputy Commissioner of Intelligence to work undercover with a Virginia-based arm of a group called Muslims of America. He became one of Cohen's highest paid informants at the time, earning hundreds of thousands of dollars. What? What am I doing with my life, man? Okay. Money is not everything. Okay, it says the NYPD shared Abdelaziz with the FBI, becoming known as Confidential Informant 184. He was issued a green card, allowing him to leave and re-enter the United States. He worked in Trinidad and Tobago, Venezuela, and somewhere elsewhere in the world. FBI eventually began to suspect that he was operating as a double agent, having told people in Egypt of his life, particularly after he was administered a polygraph examination. The FBI ended its relationship with Abdelaziz, and the American government successfully attempted to deport him. They deported. Oh, unsuccessfully. It was publicized in the book Enemies Within, written by Adam Goldman and Matt Apuzzo, and was used by Conor in an attempt to antagonize Ali Abdelaziz at the UFC 229 press conference. His time was also documented in the book Twilight in America. Why does he have books written about him? Oh, here we go. In the book, he spoke of his 8 years of experience gathering information about the Muslims of America, a group founded in 1980 by Sheikh Mubarak Ali Gilani, allegedly connected with the terrorist organization Jamaat ul-Fukra. So, yeah, he has a long history of... that's a different kind of crime. You know, these guys are just... Cedricus Dumas is just snatching people's iPhones. Ali Abdelaziz was traveling overseas to socialist countries with like extreme Islamic groups. That's a whole different level of crime. Yeah, dude, like, what the heck? That's a whole different level. Okay, here's our honorable mention, and he's not a criminal yet, but Tony has died. He posted this, how I'm watching Jason Herzog fights from now on with all this rigging going on. And if you look at all these fights that he was a part of, the Cannoneer stoppage, I can't recognize this one. The eye poke of Henry Cejudo, the eye poke of Tom Aspinall, not stopping Sean O'Malley from grabbing the cage against Peter Yan. Yeah, man. Jason Herzog. Next time you see Jason Herzog, it's not Herb Dean's fault. It's probably Jason Herzog's fault. All right, number one criminal in the UFC. Also, he's number one in a lot of categories. It's your boy, Jon Jones. Let's look at legal. Where should I start, huh? Controversies or legal issues? Let's start at controversies. Eye pokes. Okay, Daniel Cormier altercation where he got in a fight outside. Hit and run, 2015. Hit and run. He fled the scene of the crash on foot, leaving an injured pregnant woman behind in another vehicle. You know how messed up you got to be to leave a pregnant woman in a vehicle. I used to love Jon Jones. He used to be my favorite fighter. Then this stuff started happening. I don't have much compassion for Jon Jones anymore. I'm working on it. I know he's working on it, apparently. Let's look at 2021. A day after he was inducted in the UFC Hall of Fame, there was a domestic incident between Jones and his fiance. Oh, shoot. While investigating the room, they observed his fiance with blood on her face and clothing with a bump on her lip. She said that Jones left the hotel to go out with his friends, and when he returned, he became agitated and pulled her hair. She said the hair pulling was the extent of the physicality between the two, and the blood on her face was from chapped lips. She declined a temporary protective order against Jones. Oh, man. I've never really read this story. This is sad. Oh, my gosh. While he was being detained, he headbutted the hood of the patrol car. If you've never seen this video, I've seen this video where he headbutts the patrol car. A black man can't drink? Really? The day after I'm in the Hall of Fame, a black man can't be outside enjoying his life? Okay, buddy. Other legal troubles. Guys, I'm getting tired right now. I really don't want to read the rest of this because I know this is a lot to read. Hey, man, you read it yourself. I'm not reading the rest of this. This is my video. I'm Flying Squirrel MMA. Like I said, shout out to these two commenters. Because of them, we don't get any sound effects in this video. Hopefully this video is watchable, listenable, not random, not annoying, not lame, relevant, and subtle. And hopefully you could keep this video on for more than 2 minutes. I don't even really give a crap. Like and subscribe if you want to like and subscribe. Like I said, I don't give a crap. Follow me on Instagram at Flying Squirrel MMA. I post a bunch of random crap on there too. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.